Good now and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show. My friends, today is Monday. It is April 8th and we are so back. We're so back and I'm so excited to be here with you this week. We've had a busy weekend and Alex and I are on chain. We're chronically on chain. We used to be chronically online. Now we're chronically on chain. We have, I don't know, what do you say when you're on chain? You dove deep. Every app that integrates with blockchain and social media, what we call social fi, but which is increasingly becoming less about the fi and more about the so, and bringing people into the new iteration of the internet is happening now. And it is happening all around us. We're going to tell you how to get involved and continue the conversation we had last week about the DGen ecosystem, as well as the Zora network, the Farcaster index, alternatives to TikTok that decentralize ownership and give creators actual money, like Unlonely app and Dracula. Will they be here in a week? We don't know. But they're here right now, and Alex and I are getting involved, and we're bringing you along with us so that you can experience the future of the internet. Hey, Thomas. Hey, everybody. If you're tuning in on TikTok and you're seeing us for the first time, you are in the right place. Welcome. My name is Evan. My co-host and good colleague, Alex, and I are here every Monday through Thursday educating folks about not just cryptocurrency, but crypto beyond currency, the wild, wonderful world we call Web3. If you're tuning into the replay on YouTube, hey, thanks so much for being here. I'm so sorry that every time you click on a new episode, you got to see me give the same intro every time, but I like to do it for the people on TikTok who may never have seen us before. So, if you're here, welcome. You are, as we say, early, my friends. So glad to see you. How do you block? Like this, or maybe like this. The sound effects are optional, but I do find they make your blocking more effective. Seriously though, if you want to block a profile, go to that profile and then tap the little arrow that appears in the top right corner of the profile. You can report or block someone that way. If you're trying to block me, sorry about it. Didn't mean to offend you, but thanks for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Allie, good to see you. I'm glad you're on Zora, back to work. I'll see you around there for sure. And we're going to talk about Zora today. If you don't know about Zora, Zora is like if Instagram and POAP had a baby. It's fantastic. Alex is here. Welcome, Alex. Hey, man, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
Oh, you know, not much. I'm all ready to launch off to a non-island and play Crypto the Game. I've got my contacts in, I've got my hair down, I've got my coffee and a bunch of mint-flavored toothpicks. I'm raring to go, dude.
Well, we're all rooting for you. I didn't watch the first season, so I'm stoked to get into it this time.
Listen, man, I cannot wait. I found out the other day that not only do I have immunity from night 1, because doing, all the little this and that on cryptothegame.com, I have immunity for night 2 because I was actively engaging before the show. So I'm in the day 3 crew, which is, I think, the top of the heap to be in, which gives me a great position to be just really happy and active and friendly to other people, invite them to, connect with me, et cetera, form some alliances with everybody.
How long? Is the whole thing? Is there a set number of days? Or?
Yep, it's 10 days.
Okay.
April 8th to April 18th. Gotcha. So it's going to be a marathon. And every day what happens is on cryptothegame.com, they release a challenge at 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you're like in Australia, like Mihir, or you're in Japan or somewhere else, you're in for a late night. And the challenge lasts until 7 p.m. And then from 7 to, or maybe it's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. And it could be anything from like, here's a riddle, solve it. Last season, they had a riddle that led people to a bookstore in New York City where they were supposed to ask for a particular copy of Chris Dixon's new book, Read, Write, Own, that had a message inside it. If they didn't live in New York, they could call the bookstore and they would tell them the code. There was like a computer game that looked like Pac-Man that people could play, and whoever had the highest score among their tribe, so all kinds of things. And then at 8 p.m., you vote. Every tribe that does not win immunity has to vote people off until only one person remains. And that person will win hundreds of thousands of dollars in ETH. And I'm going to do it. I'm here to tell you, I'm going to do it. So stay tuned.
I mean, why not?
Why not, man?
Why not?
Just one in a slew of our adventures to become, I was saying before you got here, not just chronically online, but chronically on chain.
Yep.
We're working our way there, aren't we?
So that's kind of the theme of this week for me, content wise, I think, is a bunch of examples, starting with Warpcast. Because last week I made a video that just told, because I stand by this, that anyone can make money in Web3 if you're willing to put in effort, because there are so many platforms that want, more than anything, users on them.
Yeah.
And it makes, I mean, all you have to do is dig. That's where the effort comes in, because they're not always the easiest things to find. You got to know where to look. And then oftentimes these things do not have the world's best UX. Like, if you think about, I mean, some of the airdrops have been crazy, right? Like anyone who owned at least $10 or something like $5 worth of SOL and staked it in the Jito pools, which was barely anyone, got that airdrop. And the lowest US dollar value of that airdrop was $10,000. And there were multiple stories about somebody who staked, heard about the platform, heard that they might be doing an airdrop soon, put in, I think someone said they staked $10 worth of SOL for one day and got a $10,000 airdrop.
Wow.
Because so few people put anything on that platform.
Yeah.
So few people use the pool. And there's a ton of, look at how many W tokens some people are getting who just used the wormhole bridge over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually just, I used wormhole like once before, but I was playing on it last night. Alex, I had the worst time last night.
Oh, it's terrible.
Not to derail you from your conversation of that, except remind me to come back to say how painful still swapping is and how far we are from the interoperability we so often talk about.
Okay. So I have to, hang on.
Really quick, if you're just joining us, I want to say welcome again. A lot of our regular folks are trickling in here. Fred, do us a favor and give the screen a little tap. Send this to somebody you know who needs like inside, helpful, actually valuable crypto information that's not just pick this token. And if you're watching on YouTube because somebody sent this to you and you're catching a replay, join us live on the Rise Up Morning Show Monday through Thursday on TikTok. I'm at Conversations with Evan. He's at alex.faceless labs. And you can get connected with all our stuff at theriseupmorningshow.com, which is also where you can sign up for our free email newsletter. We have 135 subscribers now. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to keep sharing good stuff with people there. If you're on YouTube, sign up for it. If you're on TikTok, sign up for it. Leave us a comment. Let the algorithms know this is helpful stuff. And thank you. Thank you. So good to see you guys. Go ahead, brother.
So we're gonna start the turning early here.
Hey, all right, go for it. I'm ready. I'm right there with you.
Okay, I'm telling you though, this is the one.
Debridge. Debridge is the one. Okay. Let me ask you this. Riddle me this, Debridge. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, because I'm pretty sure nobody does this. BEP20 USDC or USDC.E on the Matic network. Did you catch those? Obscure. Well, not that obscure, but I would like to figure out a way to get them into native Ethereum assets. And I feel like the fastest way, here's what I ended up doing last night. So let me just tell you, for anybody who knows or doesn't know, if you're not into crypto yet and you're buying all these different cryptocurrencies, you might be at the point where you're getting a lot of different wallets. And you will notice that some of your assets live on different networks. Each cryptocurrency network has its own native token. Bitcoin is the native token of the Bitcoin network. Ether is native to Ethereum. BNB is native for the Binance and Binance Smart Chains. Your boy was trying to consolidate some stuff and get plenty of Ethereum prepped to play crypto the game, because it's on base. It's mostly, crypto inside people who do stuff on ERC20 as the network. So I had a bunch of Binance coins and a bunch of Matic coins that I sold for stablecoin. Are you finding it?
Yep. So you can come over here to the BNB chain and you can use whatever stables you have on BNB. So if you're doing USDC from BNB,
yeah,
swap into whatever.
Swap it into USDC on ETH and let me see what comes up.
Wouldn't you rather just swap it into USD or ETH on base or?
No. Well, yes, I would do that first. Swap it into anything on base and tell me if it gives you a path.
Yeah.
You have got to be kidding me. And what's the format for the USD coin and USD base coin? Is it native to base?
Yep. These are base assets.
You are kidding me.
Dude, wow. I'm telling you. So this
show is not sponsored by Debridge, but nothing has convinced me faster in history that it should be.
This is what I'm telling you. So the last bridge that I did on it was I had native Sol in Phantom, and I had my Avalanche C-Chain MetaMask address, and I wanted AVAX. One transaction.
And how long did it take?
Less than 30 seconds. I'm telling you, dude, this is the one.
I just became a Debridge maxi like that. You sold me, sir. You sold me, sir. Pay this man. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That is I can't take credit. That's a Joe. That's a Joe gem right there is what that is.
I'm bookmarking that website. Debridge.
It's app.debridge.finance.
Okay, listen. If you missed it, don't worry. That is absolutely going in the newsletter.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I tried 3 or 4 different bridges last night, looking around usual places. Wormhole, went to Bungee, went to some others. I even went to a bridge that after spending like 3 minutes there, I was like, this is malicious. Which should be a warning to you that when you're playing around in protocols, always trust your gut, always verify transactions. I disconnected from it. Verified later, was finally able to find it was in fact a contract that had in the past been linked to scams. I ended up selling everything, swapping back into native assets, all my USDC or whatever. I'm going to have to do it with my Matic today. Swapping everything back into native assets and then selling it, sending it to KuCoin, which has, for my money, the easiest seller interface. Sold it in about an instant, bought ETH, sent the ETH to my other wallets. It was cheap. It was quick. I hate that KuCoin is probably going away because I absolutely love it. You don't like it?
I mean, wait.
Obviously Debridge would have been better, but it was the simplest solution I had, and it was pretty simple at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but that's only not bad because you are you and you've been doing this for a while. But I mean,
I was thinking that.
If I put my
we're mechanics now.
Yeah, if I put my beginner hat on and try to go through the process you just described, that's all day, and it's nerve-wracking.
Absolutely. Until I got there in my mind, I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this money? Like, it's just gone now. You know, like it's stuck on a chain I'm never going to use again. So 100%.
So no, this was wild because, like I said, I was telling Joe. All I told Joe is that I had Sol from profits from trading, some shit coins over there. And I had 0 Avalanche exposure, and that was upsetting me because I usually have Avalanche exposure. And I was like, Joe, I have Solana. I want Avalanche. I'm not touching a centralized exchange.
Yeah.
And he told me to use Jupiter, which connects to Debridge and uses Debridge, but through the Jupiter platform. I was like, no. I'm just going to go to the source. So I just looked up Debridge, and then that was it. I connected Phantom. I had native Sol, and then I swapped it. You can pick either market or limit order. So I just was interested in speed, so I just said market. But you can absolutely set a limit order, and then converted it into native AVAX, and had it sent. And you connect. So you connect. Okay. Someone asked about Focus asked about bridging. So
yeah, let's do the overview on bridging for sure.
In a nutshell, you've got 2 different cryptocurrencies that are on different blockchains. And there's obviously more than 2, but let's use my example here and say that you have a Phantom wallet, which is doing stuff on the Solana network. And then you also have your MetaMask wallet, which is doing stuff on Avalanche or Ethereum or Base or Polygon or all of the different networks that MetaMask can allow you to work with. So in this case, I was on Avalanche, which is just, we can go into how to add more networks to your Avalanche in a second if you, or adding them to your MetaMask in a second if you only have ETH, because I think that's the standard. I think actually, no, you know what? Now I think they come preloaded. If you make a new MetaMask, I think it's preloaded with like 6 or 7 networks.
Yeah, and they have default networks that you can easily add,
Right.
and it's all the heavy
And Avalanche
pretty much everybody OpenSea supports.
Yeah. So anyway, a bridge is just a crypto protocol. It's a specific kind of platform. It's a tool just like an exchange, except instead of just using it to buy something, you're using it to convert something from one blockchain to another. And there's a couple different ways that these things work. I've seen kind of the older ones, like the more rudimentary ones.
Yeah, there's 2 types. There's manual and automatic is the way they know me. The older ones are manual, where 2 transactions have to happen.
Yeah. Well, and 2, I just mean that even sometimes on like weirder bridges that try to facilitate, things that are not normally bridged together, it's just like a buying and selling. It's a made bridge. So like, you convert on your end, it just looks like you're converting one to one, but instead of doing the normal bridge thing where they're minting new tokens, you are actually making a purchase on an open market that the bridge is making on your behalf because you signed the thing. I don't know of any of those anymore. But so you would only be bridging if you were on chain A and you wanted to go to chain B. So like Evan was saying, if he had assets on the Binance Smart Chain and he wanted to use something on Base instead, you cannot just send your BNB to your Base wallet, right? It'll just disappear. It won't work. So in his case, he could have gone the long way, which is to like go to a centralized exchange with his BNB tokens, sell them into US dollars, use those US dollars to buy
that's what I ended up
Ethereum
doing.
And then bridge it to Base. However, if he did that, he would have had to pay multiple fees. A sale fee on the sale into US dollars, a buy fee on the buy into ETH, a transfer fee to transfer the ETH to his Base wallet. Like, there's a lot of steps. With a tool like this, it all happens on the back end away from you. So according to me, when I did this, all I did was click, I have Sol, I want Avalanche. I connected my Solana wallet and I connected the wallet. Or actually, that's a lie. You didn't even have to connect the wallet that you're sending it to. I could have sent it to any wallet address I wanted. I just needed to know my Avalanche address.
Yes, but some bridges you may need to do that.
Yeah, some. But
there are bridges and there are bridge aggregators, and then there's swapping. Swapping is the word we use to refer to you're on the same network, but you're swapping from one type of token to another. You might swap ETH to USDC on a swap like Uniswap, which is an Ethereum network based, though it does support other networks, swap, where you can just swap one crypto for another. They're both kind of like cash registers in the sense that you give them the ETH, they give you the base. They don't do anything to the physical tokens themselves. They just kind of put it in the register and give you back what you ask for. A bridge can also send you to a different network and to a different wallet. If it's just a bridge, it's like a cash register that you give it the Ethereum, it gives you the USDC, or it gives you the ETH or whatever, in a different format, in a different color, as it were. If it's a bridge aggregator, it might show you the different paths you could choose to take to facilitate that swap. And if it's a manual bridge, you have to do 2 transactions, whereby the first transaction is you sending them asset 1. And the second transaction you have to approve in your wallet is to claim asset 2. Like they've got asset 1 and they're ready here with your asset 2, and they want you to do a verification before they give it out to you. And this is most common in my experience when you're sending it to another wallet. Like if I have 2 different wallets, and I got 2 different wallets. And the natural question, Alex, that I would have had is, how do I tell what network my token is on if I'm just looking at my wallet? So I want to show you MetaMask, and maybe you can show something else. But the first time I encountered this was on Trust Wallet. So here I am. I'm on my MetaMask on my web browser. This is what it looks like. You can barely see this little guy right here, but this means that I'm on the BNB smart chain. Okay. And I've got USDC right here. If I didn't know I was on the BNB smart chain and I just wanted to click into the USDC, I could learn about it by going to my three little dots. Any wallet is going to have something like this, token details. Some of them list it right on the tokens display page, but mine is going to tell me the token network. God, look at that terrible picture. The token network is the Binance Smart Chain. And this is the contract address for this token on this network. Now, if I followed this to like a blockchain explorer or to CoinGecko or something like that, with a token like USDC that's a really prominent, popular token, you're often going to see on its CoinGecko page the different contracts for that token on different networks. Alex, is that something you're pulling up right now by any chance?
I was pulling up Synapse Bridge for unnecessary crypto.
Okay, great. Then you pull that up. I'm going to go to CoinGecko just so you can see what this looks like. It should only take me a second. And then the other thing I wanted to add, just as a point of clarification, that's more like a need to know thing, is you can sometimes have different networks on the same blockchain. For example, the other day, I was using Avalanche, and I wanted to, I found out that the AVAX tokens, their native tokens that I had, they have a C chain, an X chain, and what is it, a U chain or something like that? They've got 3 chains really that they use, parachain. And I had AVAX on the X chain, and so I couldn't buy anything on C chain with it, which happened to be like, that's like the one. So if I go down here, check this out real quick. If I go down here to USDC, USDC is natively on the Ethereum network. It is natively an ERC20 asset. Now, I know that because I've been around for a while. I know that all its addresses are going to start with 0x. But down here on this contract tab, I'm going to be able to see where it lives on other networks if my computer stops being wonky. Oh, there it goes, and it went away. Come on, buddy. Come on,
This
buddy.
feels like a really good time to let everyone know that we are currently taking donations to upgrade Evan's technology to something that was made in the 21st century.
But also, he's right. Would gladly. So check this out, though. Now, if let's say I have Ethereum, USDC on the Ethereum network, and I need to use a bridge to swap it for something like Avalanche because I want to buy some tokens over there. I'm going to get this contract. I'm going to put it in the first part of the bridge, the from address, and then I'm going to get this contract for Avalanche. I'm going to put it in the to address on that bridge interface. This is where I'm going to go to double check that. And for people who are just joining or missing it, it's CoinGecko. We talk about this all the time. So there you go. That's your little bit on bridging here. You got Synapse up?
Sorry, we were all talking shit about you. Instead.
Oh, you were? I have an old XP machine. Probably newer than mine, man. That's hilarious. You know.
Wait a second, Jimothy, are you being serious right now? Can you stake your Bepe somewhere? What's the Bepe staking?
Of course you can.
What's the Bepe staking plug? Hook us up.
Ricky, are you coming in here? Hang on, I had to get my boy Rick. Come on, Rick. Okay. Big Rick. Big Pepe. Big Rick. What's going on, man? And then what was it was XVS, right? I can look that up for unapologetic.
Oh yeah. Yep. All right. Do you want to do that one and then I'll do Synapse?
No, do Synapse real quick because I'm still looking this up.
Okay. So
and then stay tuned. We're gonna actually real quick before we do that, I need to tell you, we're talking about decentralized social this week, okay? The challenge here, folks, is number one, you got to get on Warpcast. It is built on the Farcaster protocol. Warpcast is to Farcaster what Gmail is to email. And it is like the leading attention-driven decentralized social right now. And you can get there now and help Alex and I and help yourself get a head start by using the referral link at either of our bios. Link in our bio takes you to the referral link, and we're having a contest. I am going to get, not only am I going to win Crypto the Game, I'm going to get more referral signups than Alex. So use the link in my bio or his to sign up for Warpcast. It's not going to cost you anything extra.
Evan, you can't tell them that you're going to win.
I just wanted them to know. Help me out, people.
We are naturally
Alex
rebellious creatures
on our show one day. So while we're talking about these projects, do your homework, get ready, or at least remember that for later. We're all going on chain. We're getting on Warpcast together because that's where the opportunities are happening right now. You don't need to listen to crypto influencers on TikTok about what token to buy. Just go be on Warpcast and hang out with the people building the platforms. You know. Anyway, sorry, rant over. Use my referral link, not his.
All right,
Tell us about Synapse.
Side note, though, Jimothy, I appreciate it. So he's saying at bepe.live, they have it sounds like on-base staking for Bepe with a ridiculous APY. Of course, so do you have to, you said you did the 56-day stake, you have to pick there's different like time lockups that you can choose? Because yeah, obviously staking a meme is that is a true degen play. That major respect, my friend. Especially the base memes. Although Bepe seems like it's a little bit more of a serious meme at this point. It's got a little bit of staying power at least. That's really the pinnacle of like meme success, when they've achieved enough staking power to where you can comfortably walk away from your computer for a few hours and not worry about it rugging while you're gone. Like Evan, you know Hector.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've loved his stuff lately about the trades.
I pinged him about Pump Fun because I was like, dude, Pump Fun is the single most degenerate thing you can do on the internet, bar none. And it's like, so my analogy for the winning at the meme coin casino is kind of like taking a dart in your hand, putting on a blindfold, walking into a multi-roomed house that there is a dartboard hanging on the wall somewhere in, and then getting spun around in a circle 10 times, and then getting punched in the face and saying, you have one shot, throw the dart. So Pump.fun is the same thing, except the dartboard is actively hiding from you. It's actively running away from you the whole time. So it is as degen as it gets, but he had a video about it. And he was like, you cannot even close your eyes when you're on this website, dude. He's like, you can pretty much get a 2x pretty consistently, but you cannot close your eyes. Like, it'll disappear like that. All right. I got distracted real quick. Synapse.
Yeah.
So
Synapse.
I have never used this bridge, but I'm going to make a point to use it this week. It looks awesome. It looks like they have a tremendous number of chains connected here, like most of them. Okay, wait, hold on. So this is
a bridge or a bridge aggregator?
This is a bridge.
Okay.
And it looks like I've got.
I think I've used it before.
Yeah, no. The name, I definitely have heard of this one. I don't actually bridge very often.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like more of a maxi. Like if I have Sol, I'm staying in their ecosystem, and then if I'm now on base, I supply my base wallet with stuff. But it looks like we have ETH base, of course, Blast, BNB, Optimism, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Polygon, DFK, not familiar with that one, Kanto, Phantom, Clayton, Aurora, Boba, Kronos, Harmony. There's a good health. Ooh, and they have Moonbeam and Moon River. That is exciting. That one is one I am not involved in at all, and I need to poke around a little bit over there because I staked, or I should say I locked DOT to vote in the parachain auctions for Moonbeam and Moon River. Did Kusama and DOT both back in the day when that was happening. Got some tokens. That was fun. That was last.
Actually, might have been there yesterday, and that's why it sounds familiar. Is because I do remember seeing Moonbeam and Moon River, and if it wasn't Synapse, it's another bridge that I think Polkadot stuff is actually really quite active for a certain sect of our community, mostly developers.
Sorry, I'm not listening. Hold on.
Well, thanks. Tell it like it is, man. Okay. Welcome back.
I didn't want to. I thought you were talking to them. So I'll just say it. Jimothy, if you follow Mac, you can ask him about Aether. He is super read in to Aether. I know I think he bought or is buying a node. And he was doing the whole Aether play. That's one he's been following really closely. I'm not read into it. Evan, I don't know if you are at all, but
no, I'm not.
Got all the info.
I'm not. I think it's if I remember right, that's the one that's doing like GPUs. They have a bunch of GPUs, and if you're an AI building company and you need them, but you can't get them, you can use theirs. And I, am if Mac's bullish on it, I'm bullish on it, but I'm curious to see what their infrastructure, specifically their tokenomics, are like in terms of, is the token decoupled from speculation? We talked about that last week. We talked about it in the newsletter. If the Ether token is what people are using to purchase GPUs, and it's also what investors like us are buying to speculate, then that's not, I just don't like that model. I have not historically seen a company that in the long term makes a success of that. Short term, good for speculation usually. Long term, hurts them from bringing their product to market and allowing people to actually use it. Yeah, it is in the top. I remember seeing it. A lot of people are talking about it right now. When people are talking a lot about something,
all right,
makes me cautious.
You want to do a swap? I'm going to start from scratch. I've never done one on Synapse before, so let's
try it. Let's check it out. I think Venus actually is like the same kind of thing, so I can launch Venus and do a swap here.
All right, hold on. Let me just make sure I don't elbow my coffee all over my keyboard.
YOLO.
All right. Oh, there we go. Almost dropped the tripod.
Nice. Nice. Unnecessarily crypto's been in Synapse for 4 months. That's you're set then. Secure the bag. Don't forget to take profit.
Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's try doing an AVAX and sending it to base. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
All right, so we're gonna do MetaMask,
baby.
Oh, I suppose it would help to actually confirm it on my wallet.
Probably would help.
So wallet popped up and it gives me a connection confirmation. So I'll hit, yep, I'm connecting. Yep, that's my wallet. It's going to be able to see addresses, suggest transactions, review balance. That's cool. That is what I expected it to do. Okay, so now I've got MetaMask open, but we want to go from Avalanche. So I'm going to go ahead. Oops. I'm going to switch my chain up here to the Avalanche network. Go over to AVAX. Okay, so there's AVAX sitting there. It reflected on the bridge. So I've got now switching from Avalanche. We are sending, there we go. So I had to choose AVAX because that is what I have sitting in that wallet. We'll do one. I want to go to, can I go to base? Let's try this. Receive. I just want to receive USD.
I just want to receive. Don't we all?
I don't reckon there's probably any reason to not do just plain USDC, right? Like, why would you do BC? It's probably not as widely used.
Yeah. I agree.
We'll just do USDC. Okay, so it's told me that there's no route for this, so this might not be. Womp womp.
Now the real challenge is going to be if Debridge has a route for it. That's going to be wild.
Yep. Okay, so let's pause this because here's what it wants to do. So I'm assuming that. Oh no, okay, that's my Ethereum side. Okay. Let's see if we change show withdrawal. Amount must be greater than the fee. Okay, so it doesn't have a route for me to do this. Let's try Debridge and see if Debridge can find it.
And while you're doing that, going over there, I'm going to answer that we are currently talking about bridging and swapping cryptocurrency assets. We're looking into a couple of suggestions from our audience. Alex is right now looking into Synapse. I've got Venus protocol up here that we're going to look at, and we're testing Synapse against Debridge. If you've got a crypto question, if you're crypto curious, we won't tell you what tokens to buy. We don't do it like that. We're trying to tell a better story here about the kinds of skills and knowledge that will really, really do 1,000x for you, to use our peers' parlance. And I want to answer a quick question about when you sell, take profits. The question comes up, should you move it to USDC, which is a cryptocurrency, but a stable coin worth the dollar, or should you take it to your bank? And I think it depends on what you want to do with that money. If this is money you want to keep in the cryptocurrency markets, then it makes sense to move it to USDC. And if you plan to deploy it soon, like the market's really active, or you're looking to move into another investment quickly, then it might be good to keep it on the exchange even. If you don't have plans for it, but you just want to have it sitting there waiting when a dip happens, your favorite altcoins or Bitcoin takes a dive and you want to invest that into another currency, you might move it to your ledger, your hardware wallet. I would only transfer to a bank if I had immediate plans for the money, or I wanted to realize the profits into an off-chain investment, move it into an index fund, move it into my grocery fund. The thing to remember is that whether you sell the USDC or US dollars, you are incurring a taxable event. Anytime you transfer crypto, if it's a gain that you are selling for profit, that is a taxable event. Don't fret about that, but just know. And then also the other thing, final thing, is if you're swapping for cash, you may have to pay some big fees. So if it's just a little bit, I don't like to turn it back into cash, because usually to turn it into cash and then turn it back into crypto, I don't know, if it's just $100 or something like that, it's probably not worth it. Honestly, it's probably not worth it until you're transferring like $1,000. I don't know what your threshold would be, Alex, but I feel like most exchanges, the rates they take, it's bad, man.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty egregious. I don't know. I don't have. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've never thought about that, like actually having a ratio rule or something for that. I usually just kind of like, eyeball it and look at it, and I'm like, okay, if it's like $20 on $1,000 transfer, then okay, standard wire fee is $25,
Yeah.
$15. So if it's, but I also I take strides to not use it. If I don't have to. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I have too many wallets installed on this browser and they're fighting with each other right now. Keeps trying to open a wallet that doesn't work for this website, even though I don't want it to. Hold on. Let me set this down. Let me try to not do this one-handed.
Yeah. Take your time and use two hands. Take your time and use two hands. Focus Kid has a good tip. The $30 a month option on Coinbase, I have heard also is good if you're trying to avoid most fees. I don't know what their withdrawal fees are like. I'd be curious to know about that. Scott, the best way to avoid gas fees is to use a website or app like Gas Tracker that can tell you what the price of gas is right now, and you can set an alert on your phone when the price of gas falls below this or that amount, and then complete your trades at that time. Usually for people who live in the US, the lowest gas fees occur between like 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So it can be tough. I was trading some stuff last night though at almost midnight my time, Central Time, at like 3 or 4 a.m. UTC, and I was getting I was transacting for like $5 at a time, which I thought was pretty good because lately it's been gas above $20. ETH is a wallet drainer. I try not to move it. I absolutely try not to move it. I had to move a lot of stuff and a lot of ETH yesterday because I'm trying to gear up for Crypto the Game, and it's all happening on ETH related networks. Now I'm looking while Alex is doing that. I'm looking at the Venus exchange. I'm going to look at that next. I'm not sure if it would. Is it an exchange specifically? Oh, it's been around for a minute. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? How interesting. How's your swap going over there?
I'm just trying to figure out why it won't let me connect a wallet to Debridge right now.
Scott says Coinbase doesn't cost anything to go from USDC to your bank account. And maybe you're on the pro plan or using a different service than I am, but my experience has been every time I sell a crypto asset for cash, that first, to get it to my bank, I have to sell it for cash on Coinbase, or it's already got to be cash. And then when I withdraw it, I have to pay a fee that usually for the amount I'm moving ends up being, I don't like to move money off of Coinbase unless it's thousands of dollars. Because the fees end up being hundreds of dollars. So, as a person who's not a high net worth individual, I don't do that a lot. I don't want you guys to think I'm like taking $1,000 out of the crypto market all the time. I wish I would have a new computer. That's for sure. But in instances where I have done it, it has cost me a lot of money.
All right. So the good news is that there is a route on Debridge to swap native AVAX into base USDC. The bad news is that for some reason Debridge is telling me that my wallets are conflicting, and I don't want to uninstall a wallet without.
That is so. Can you just disable the browser extension? I've had that happen.
That's what I'm doing.
And I often have it happen. Are you using the core Avalanche extension?
That's the one that was conflicting.
It doesn't play nice with others.
No,
it doesn't play nice with others. It actually was messing us up on Shoup the other day.
Yeah, it constantly tries to be the one that's you're trying to connect a different wallet, and you're like, yeah, MetaMask, and Core's like, hey, wait a second, let me get in there.
Remember me? Yeah.
Did you mean Core? Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I had to do was good call there, Ant. I had removed the Core extension, and then my dumbass never refreshed it, so didn't know that it was gone. Because I am good at this. I'm good at what I do. All right, so let's connect. So now we're doing the same connection thing. When I'm done with this, I'll show you how to disconnect, and you should do that every single time you're done with whatever you're doing. Never leave. Yeah,
somebody had said they clear their cache to disconnect, and I actually don't know that. I think you need to do that inside your wallet.
Yeah,
to disconnect or revoke access.
Well, Ant was talking about, he was helping me out with the Core wallet, like to clear after removing it. Okay, so we have one native AVAX from my MetaMask connected wallet up there, and we're going to swap it into USDC on base. So now there we go. Yep, sign. Okay, it's going to give me the signature. So up here in my wallet, it's giving me a signature. It's telling me that it's coming from app.debridge.finance. So I'm going to triple check this URL and make sure that I am not on app.debridge.finance or something, some weird fishy, scammy, shilly website. We're actually on the actual spelled properly Debridge. And then we will sign. It's coming down here. Okay. And let's see, so my estimated fee, 67 cents. I can live with that. And okay, so I get a chance to look at my fee. One thing that's cool, here, let me finish this and I'll show you. You can change some stuff. Okay, so there we go. Transaction has been broadcast. Order has been, so it's just gonna scroll through here, order is created. Order is fulfilled, and we're done. That's how long that took.
That was fantastic.
What was that, Evan? 10 seconds?
Seconds. I didn't have time to time it.
So, amazing. Okay, one thing that's cool. So obviously what we just did was bridge native AVAX to base USDC, and then you can come in here. So inside of your Debridge, there's a little settings wheel right here. So you can pick your transaction speed. So I just left it on medium, but you can pick low, medium, high, or actually I don't know what custom would do, but custom just lets me change stuff. Okay. So I had it on medium, which has my max fee that I'm willing to pay set to 30 Gwei. Basically what this does, and my priority fee, this sets a limit at how much gas, like how high of a fee I'm willing to spend to get this transaction to go. See, if I would have done low, it's going to drop those numbers down a little bit. High is going to bump them up a little bit.
Yeah.
All this does is it gives me a higher or a lower transaction speed, like what I'm willing to spend, because the way that these networks work is the validators and the verifiers and the people, making the blockchain work, the miners, the stakers, the whoever's, they will speed up or slow down the approval process for my transaction based on how much I pay them. So if I'm not willing to pay high gas, I just have to be willing to accept a slower transaction. And then actually, this is kind of cool. You can tip the market, the makers down here.
That's cute, but
never. Yeah, no. But it's a nice thought. If I was feeling generous, I should have kicked him a little something. But
look at us.
Anyway, so now that we have successfully done that, I'm going to come over here to my MetaMask extension, and I'm going to disconnect. So up here in the top, this is where you can see that I have one account connected. So app.debridge.finance is currently connected. Little dots, disconnect this account. Yep, currently not connected. And now you can see my connection is gone. It's been revoked. And that's it.
Can you confirm for me, has MetaMask updated so that disconnecting now revokes access? Because they didn't used to have that nice disconnect feature.
I think so, but I'm not sure. Let me look.
So I had a friend at East Denver a couple years ago explain to me that at that time, the difference does exist still. There is a difference between disconnecting and revoking access. Somebody put this in the chat, revoke.cash. Thank you so much. Is a website that is a trusted revoking website, because not all wallets allow you to revoke. And we need to look it up. I'll look it up. I'll do an update. But disconnecting is as straightforward as clicking the button. It basically closes your session so that the DApp can't see or interact with your wallet, but it doesn't necessarily remove any permissions that you've granted. If you have been compromised in some way, if you signed a malicious transaction, it is not enough to just disconnect your wallet. You need to revoke access. This reverses the permissions you have given. It revokes and removes them. Mm-hmm. And the fastest, easiest way I know to do that is by going to revoke.cash. And in fact, actually, this is how we can test it. You could go to revoke.cash right now, connect your MetaMask wallet, and see if the sites you have disconnected from show up there as still being active. If they do, then we know that MetaMask does not, in fact, revoke access. Even if you, so unapologetically me, just because you have to re-sign when you visit a site does not necessarily mean that your access has been revoked. For example, the first time I used revoke.cash was at this conference when this guy told me this. And one of the websites that I was connected to was OpenSea. It does? Okay, good. Then that's an update. That's an update. Then that's good. So
I just it's backwards, I know, but this is revoke. This is revoke.cash. So I just connected my MetaMask and it'll tell me what currently I have open, or what my open connections are. And I do not have any.
That's great. Then that's an update for MetaMask, and good on them, because that's so important. And good on you unapologetically, because disconnecting and revoking, they should be the same. I don't know why a wallet wouldn't just do that.
Ooh, here's a good example though. Check this out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just connected to revoke, right? So I clicked connect up here on revoke to get the thing. And then at the end, this button, when I was connected, this button said disconnect. So I hit it, but then I opened MetaMask to check and it's still connected. So you have to go in here and manually do the disconnect from inside the wallet. And now it's gone. So
that's great.
Just get in the habit of, and that's not a revoke thing. I've noticed that on other chains too. They have a disconnect feature. Sometimes it doesn't really truly disconnect. So just save yourself the potential headache and just run the disconnect manually from inside your wallet. And save yourself.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, so I have VXV, Venus Protocol, up here. I agree with Fred. Debridge looks like my new favorite bridge. that I hope I never have to use, but can't wait to use, frankly.
This is what a gone crypto nerd I am. It's so nice and easy to use that it makes me want to go bridge for no reason.
We're so lame, dude.
I know that was the nerdiest thing I've seen all day.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So check this out. VXS Venus is it's a lending protocol on the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, and I'm going to compare it to a product that maybe people are familiar with. Excuse me, VXS. It's XVS. I can't even say the ticker right. XVS is a lending protocol. It's familiar to like Aave or Compound or Maker. When you go to their platform, you can do a lot of different things, all DeFi stuff. And by the way, one of the resources we should make available when we finally find a hosting platform for like our free courses and stuff is the book How to DeFi. I have a PDF of this book. It's got a basic version and an advanced version. It was written in 2017 and then updated in 2021. It's an excellent, excellent resource if, you know, cash and carry trades or liquidity providing or all that stuff just makes you go, huh? It's for you. Synthetic assets, what? You know, it's a great book. So when I go there, this is what I see. I see all the different things I can do. You can contribute liquidity to different types of pools. They use a governance token, XVS, to cover all the different financial activity that happens on their platform, as well as a stable coin called VAI. And I don't know enough about the numbers that I'm seeing here, like their APY, their liquidity, to do like an up to the moment comparison of this versus, say, Maker or Aave or Compound to tell you like where I think they fall in the hierarchy. But that's publicly available information that'd be pretty easy for you to do. look, I'm going to do it again. XVS. Venus is different than something like Pancake Swap that you might be familiar with using on BNB, the Binance Smart Chain, because that is like an automated market maker. And you can do a couple other things there. You know, they have like an NFT marketplace. They have a meme coin marketplace. You can swap tokens pretty seamlessly. This is much more about what I would call advanced DeFi. They also have a couple of like synthetic assets. You can get liquid staked BNB here, which is when I give you BNB and you give me back a token that represents the BNB I gave you. It's advanced DeFi stuff for the Binance Smart Chain. It appears to be the leading lending protocol on Binance Smart Chain, and it just goes to show how little time I spend here. I don't use it enough. When I looked at the chart for their token, a lot of these lending platforms and protocols, what I'll say is if you're speculating on it, they all have their own token, right? And just like investing in layer ones could be a good strategy for someone who wants exposure broadly to blockchain infrastructure, often people will invest in protocol tokens like Uniswap, like XVS, like Cake, like the Jupiter token, when they believe that that piece of infrastructure is valuable. A lot of people are using Jupiter right now. It is a critical piece of infrastructure in the Solana ecosystem. And so holding the Jupiter token makes sense right now. But if the activity goes away, the value of the token goes away, as does any kind of APY affiliated with staking it. So I would say this is a higher risk play than buying your favorite layer one infrastructure's token, and a lower risk play than buying a meme coin you might find on this platform, but it's definitely one that you would want to watch the chart for. If you look at the chart for this and look at 2021, you'll see like everything, it had a big double pump, and then it just slowly went down. Last time, this time in the market, we were all really interested in Cake. It was the first time I was truly starting to play around with DeFi. Do you remember that, Alex? We loved Cake.
Oh, Evan was a Cake maxi last
I was a Cake maxi, and I made a lot of unrealized gains by riding it on the way up and staking it for APY, and I was one of those people who, when it started to go down, was like, no, the APY is still good. So what if the token price is falling? And I eventually cashed out for a very small loss, was mostly net neutral, but I was up, big time up, with a lot of money for me.
What lesson did we learn, Evan?
Take your profits, dude. Take your profits and watch. When this kind of thing, when activity starts to go down, when your platform token has less activity, less liquidity, less value, don't be sad about your profits. Take them off the market, move it into a stable coin, move it into something like Bitcoin, move it into US dollars. No
if
shit,
I could impart one single piece of actual advice that it took me, and I had this conversation with Mac the other day that, you know, you hear a lot that you need to screw up your first bull run to then succeed in the second. I think that you need to screw up two. If you're learning the lessons without like a mentor and a guide specifically drilling them into your head. Yeah. Because in your second bull run, you have way too much confidence. And you think that, and I got lucky. I got really lucky that my first bull run was really uninvolved. Like, yes, I did miss the top because I wasn't even watching. I didn't even realize that I was in a bull run. I had bought, you know, $80 Ethereum. And then all of a sudden it was $1,000 and I didn't even realize what was happening. I was like, oh my God. And then it was all over. And so I just kept it the whole way through and went up and did it again the next time. And this time, the second time, I was so overly confident about my abilities because I was like, dude, I'm the genius that bought Ethereum at $87. Like, I absolutely don't give me any lessons. I absolutely know what I'm doing. And then I watched that ETH go up to almost 5,000. So $87 ETH to 5,000. So that was 100. I had 3 of them. So, I mean, what was that? That's 1,000. That's a
12x.
Yeah. It was a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
It was 100 and whatever that is. 100 and I can't do math. It's too early. You know what I mean? It was 3 of them. I had 3 of them.
And he was up big.
Yeah, it was less than $200 total invested. And then at the end of the day, it was, you know, closing on 15 grand and, kept them. Didn't sell it. Didn't sell it. ETH's all-time high. Cause I was like, no, I'm confident. And this wasn't the top. We're expecting the blow off top and this wasn't blow offy enough. I think you need to screw up 2 bull runs before you make it on the third. But literally my only lesson is if you let the fact that someone else is going to make more or has made more than you're going to make, sway you and prevent you from taking your profit, you're going to screw yourself over.
Yeah. Oof. Kate says, sell ETH now. I don't know. Are you in profit? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah.
Do you feel squeamish when you think that the price might go down? That's a question only you can answer. And those are some of the questions you should ask to help get yourself there.
I finally figured out how to answer that question.
I'd like to hear it.
Well, you pretty much just said it. And it was in my video. I posted a video about gut checking yourself yesterday. And I said the same thing last week. If you are trying to question whether or not you should sell something, just look at the market. Like, okay, so you've just asked me, do I sell this, whatever. Open up my CoinGecko.
That's the video I'm going to make. I'm going to stitch you on. I'm going to say, POV, you've just asked me, should I sell this token?
Yeah. Look at CoinGecko or whatever your portfolio is being tracked on, because if you're not tracking your portfolio, you absolutely should be. And CoinGecko is totally free, and you don't even need to make an account to use their portfolio tracker. So, like, what are you doing? Don't pay for a portfolio tracker. Just use CoinGecko's free one. Anyway, just go look at it and look at the price of the thing you just asked if you should sell, and look at how much you're up or how much you're down or whatever. And then ask yourself if the bull market ended right now, or if we never recovered from right here, or if we were at this price for the next 6 months, or even the next month, would you be in trouble? How screwed would you be? So if that's the question, should I sell ETH now? How screwed would you be if you didn't sell it right now and it stayed here or got worse for the short term, medium term, or even the long term? So if you're in profit 2x, first of all, that's awesome. Think about what we just said. We're like talking about a 2x, and you know, in crypto that doesn't seem like it's that much, but that's 100% profit. That's 100% increase in your money, and the stock bros are excited about 10% year over year in the S&P 500. So think about that. Chew on that for a second. I think pulling some would be probably wise. This bull run, I am in a way more aggressive profit taking strategy than I have ever been before. And I've watched myself miss out on gains. Like I bought something early. I was in good profit. people that I knew had bought it and they were holding it, and I sold, and then they went on to make more. But at the end of the day, I got up from the table and I left with more money than I sat down with, and I won. That's a win. It's a win. Even if someone won more, it's still a win. That's lesson number one. If you learn nothing else, learn that.
It's a good lesson. Did the second arcade pre-sale go live? Did Ryan just miss it? Did they sell out?
They've had several, and the longest any one of them has taken has been 60 seconds.
Well, sorry about that, Ryan.
Ryan,
I don't even know. Like, way to go for JP and our folks.
I don't even know what is today Cetify's or is Chain GPT's.
I don't know.
Let me look.
I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, but let me bring this back. If you've got a crypto question, let us know. We won't tell you what to buy or sell. Yeah, Cetify. Yeah, Cetify, he said. We won't tell you what to buy or sell, but we are going to ask you the questions that help you get there, and share everything we know how to do so that you don't have to learn it the hard way like us. And what I am telling you today is that Warpcast on Farcaster is the place you need to be. If you heard last week when we were talking about the DGen chain, the DGen token, this is a movement that is happening in SocialFi right now. And I personally kind of think we're like at the top of this movement, but I don't think it's too late to try and get in because you don't have to spend money to get here. The crypto cognoscenti are on Farcaster. The people who are building the protocols that you are using every day spend their time here. You can get in their replies. You can build proximity and relationships to them. It's unprecedented opportunity. And the way to do that is to go to warpcast.com, or even better, follow the link in my profile or Alex's if you have to, and get a referral code. You can start using their platform, which relies on some on-chain infrastructure to basically do Twitter, but decentralized. And they have different options for people at different ends of the spectrum. So your grandma could use it if she likes Twitter and doesn't have to do anything herself crypto-wise. But you, the crypto-savvy consumer, can own your own channel. You can own your own followers. You can own it all. It's tokenized. They do charge a small fee for it, but you don't have to pay it until you've been using for a minute. And it's not like Twitter where it's like every month all the time. It's like you pay this fee and that covers your usage of the gas on the platform. TikTok's going to rug me. Hang on.
Dude, that's so annoying.
I am active TikTok. But we're trying to tell everybody to get on it right now because it's the place to go to be on-chain socially, to be an early adopter. Everyone always wants to know, what token should I buy? The people who are talking about the tokens you should buy, they're on Farcaster. They're not here. Warpcast. Warpcast is to Farcaster what Gmail is to email. The fastest way to get there, the easiest way to get there is going to be click my face, click Alex's face. And at the link in our bios, there is a referral code. It's super simple. It says, join me on Warpcast on mine. I don't know what it says on his. But why would you click his anyway? Just click mine. I don't know what the winner who refers more people is going to get, but I'm determined to find out. And there are several others too. We're on Dracula right now. I'd like to have their founder on our show. It's like an alternative to TikTok that warp, like let's do the time warp again. Warpcast. WARP. Warpcast, like this. It's a place to be. It's made me enjoy that Twitter type format again.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it because it is not very populated. And it's just, I don't know, you get more satisfaction from like engaging with people over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the quality of people you're engaging with is higher. I mean, you know who I just met yesterday? I met one of the lead devs of Neopets and was just talking to him.
Dude. Okay. Who is it?
Right. I was like, thank you for our childhoods.
Who was it?
I didn't meet him that closely. I just met him in the comments, dude. I don't remember his name. Let me move over here and tell you. But like, that's the kind of person you're going to meet here. You are going to meet employee number 1 at the base blockchain, Jesse Pollock. You know, you're probably more likely to bump elbows with Vitalik Buterin here. I don't know. So sit tight. I'll tell you the developer of Neopets, but that's your sign. Oh, I'm tired of being told I can't eat out of the trash too. +1. 100 DGen tip.
Yep.
Alex, can we use Debridge to bridge from Sol to BTC?
I was just going to look.
And I'm looking up a quick, that visual I told you about on Warpcast, which is how to grow on Farcaster. All this stuff, by the way, it's going to go at the end of the week into our newsletter. It's the briefest bullet points from our show because not everybody has time to tune in every day. We put it all there. You can sign up there also at the links in our bios or at the riseupmorningshow.com. And hey, we are posting at the riseupmorningshow.com. We have a testimonial form. You can leave us feedback. Tell folks like potential sponsors what you love about watching, but you can also, we really need you to give us, what are like your top 10 crypto questions? Alex and I are going to sit down in focused videos and answer these things together and put it all in a free course that you can have, that you can share with your friends and family. You know, the 10 things you wish you knew when you started crypto or that you wish you still knew. And we're going to put them all on YouTube too. We're dripping out like 20-ish minute YouTube videos where we walk through stuff step by step, like how to use Debridge. So you can just see our way, you know, that we like to do it and learn with us. So let us know at that form. It's at the riseupmorningshow.com, the kind of things you want to see. And then go check out our YouTube. It's linked there also. And we've got a video now on, we just launched one on Token Sniffer. Like when you're in the meme coin casino and you want to check the token contract, you got to sniff that token.
I forgot until I went back and rewatched it. We went on an entire rampage where we just said the phrase sniff slurf like 85 times.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I made a joke about it in the newsletter where I said this guy doesn't just sniff tokens, he huffs them. Or something like that. I think I was talking about Matt. Okay, hold on. Let me get this Neopet dev name. Give me 2 seconds.
Unnecessarily, that is 100% our flavor. It makes me so irate when someone is trying to like show you a process without giving away all of the resources and the tools.
Right.
That's the whole point. We're trying to build a tool belt with all of the things that we need to not get hosed in this industry. And if you don't get told what the resources are, then what are we even doing here? Oh my God, they're all going in here. Okay, couple quick follow-up questions that I heard just in case we didn't see me in the chat. Debridge does not have a token. However, when I searched for it, I did find several tokens called Debridge. Every account that I'm seeing indicates that those are not real. So Debridge does not have their own token, but there is a Debridge token that was launched on Solana and another one launched on BNB. They are not affiliated with the actual bridge. So again, there is no token for Debridge, which honestly makes me more bullish on it. Good for them.
More bullish, big time.
Just like Base. Base does not have a native token, and still they're saying that they do not have any plans to make one. So that's a good sign. Okay, with regards to the bridge question about Bitcoin to Solana or back and forth, there are a couple options, but I'm trying to find one that doesn't give me the heebie-jeebies when I look at its website. I don't like connecting my wallets to things that make me itch, you know?
I am DMing you the name of this Neopets dev who is so kind and sweet. Actually, what I'm going to do is copy a link to this post where I found him. His name is baz.eth. I think it's Barry is like his government name.
In case anyone was wondering, I was a big deal on Neopets back in the day.
I bet
this is funny. I actually became accidentally Neopets famous without realizing it.
What?
For two reasons. One, because I had so you used to be able, this is why I love Neopets so much and why I wanted to make a comeback. I want so badly to, a lot of the Neopets devs, first of all, are crypto guys. Like if you go to, I've met two of them at NFT NYC. There was a Neopets booth at NFT NYC 2 years ago. So like they're paying attention. And they're almost all like doing Web3 things, but I wish so badly that Neopets was up and running as like a Web3 protocol, because the like the ability to like paint, so you used to be able to like buy, get a pet, whether you hatched one, bought it, created it, or got it from the pound, and then you could buy a paintbrush, and they were super expensive, and that's like where a lot of you could make money by sniping paintbrushes out of the stores and then reselling them. And then you could paint it. Like, that would be such a cool event to tokenize, like everything on that platform should have been NFTs. And the thing that I wish so much, because I lost the account years ago and I don't have any way to get it back, and I wish that I still had it, was the avatars that you could use when you're on the message boards.
You're so deep.
No, you have no idea, Evan. I was on that website hours every single day. I was like deep into the message boards. Like, if I posted a board and started it, it would instantly pop up to the top. And it was all because I used to spin the wheels. So there was a bunch of wheels you could go and you could spin them. You got free spins, and then you could pay to spin them with the points, and you could win stuff off the wheels. And I won the Bright Veil avatar. And if this is a true, if you know, you know, but Bright Veil had a wheel, and it awarded an avatar. And I think the stats, like the percentage of Neopets users that had the Bright Veil avatar, this is the nerdiest conversation I've ever had in my life. And that's really saying something. So I'm apologizing ahead of time. This is bad. I would look it up and see if I could find like the user stat for who had the Bright Veil avatar, but it was seriously like 6 or 7 people. There was almost none of them. It was like you had almost no chance of winning this avatar, and I had it. And so if you went to a message board and you just said anything with the Bright Veil flag avatar, that was it. You were instantly famous. Like, you didn't need to do anything else. You were instantly famous. I mean, even though I had, like high scores from a bunch of the hard games, to get their avatars. And this was in the day when games on the internet were like really hard to beat. There was no path to victory. You just straight up could not win some of them.
Well, I'm happy for you, or sorry it happened. Either way, that is the nerdiest conversation we have ever had.
Yeah.
But I love it. You should really tell this guy that. Honestly, you should reach out to him and just be like, hey, I had the avatar.
Bright Veil, the Bright Veil flag.
Bright Veil. Oh my God. That's so wild, dude. If you know, you know. Okay. Tap the screen if you know, and tap the screen if you don't know, because that's what we got to do. I wanted to thank Unnecessarily Crypto for the really kind words. They called our show a true low cap gem. You're so early. All those influencers who are telling you it's this is the last true bull run, forget about it. This is gonna be so much more than gambling on tokens. The way that your smartphone and the internet is about so much more than phone calls and emails. And we are here to help you get your head around it. You don't have to be a super technical person. You don't even have to be a mildly technical person. You don't have to be as nerdy as Alex or as like far out radical as me. We all have a place here. So thank you for the kind words.
That's what it looked like.
God.
Okay. So you spin the wheel of knowledge. You could do it once a day, and it costs 400 Neo points. And if it was like winning the freaking lottery. You could win this avatar, and that is the one that I used on all of the boards. And
you should screenshot that and just send it to him in a comment reply on this thread that I'm on, where everybody's like, "Oh, we love seeing you. We're so glad you're here." I swear to God, you're gonna get like 100 followers on Warpcast.
I wish more than anything, if I could go back, and I have some moments. I've got some internet moments. If I could tokenize anything that I've ever accomplished on the internet, it would be that.
Oh, dude, have you seen the proof of bot on Warpcast? One of the reasons we love Warpcast, because we're yapping about this too. One of the reasons we love Warpcast is it's immediately easy for anybody to deploy an app on the timeline. Like, could you imagine if you had an app that you could post on Twitter that people could interact with and like sell a product, share a show, whatever, that could achieve virality, what that would do in terms of like reducing overhead costs and increasing reach for any kind of business owner? Like, huge. One of my favorite bots lately, aside from Logadog, shout out Machiste, is the proof of bot. It's slash proof of. And it's not perfect. People are trying to solve this problem of like, how do you verify off-chain things on-chain? And basically what it is like, you take a picture in real life. It's kind of like Logadog. And then at the proof of bot. This is proof of, not summary yet. They will mint a token and send it right back to you in the replies that you can claim. Well, where did it go? There's my computer again. So Alex, you should absolutely do a proof of Bright Veil. And if they don't find a clear brand or quest or whatever, that's okay. But you can, people have it for things like proof of enjoying Cerebella. Your Cerebella proof is minted. View the transaction on base. Boom. And it sends it right to the connected wallet. Proof of attested to whoever you are with, there's the hash.
Awesome.
And dude, that's what I would do. I would go to the proof of channel. I would get proof of Bright Veil Neopets avatar. And then I would just walk up to this guy with your thing swinging, man.
See, that's the thing though. Like I can't log into the account anymore. I know my username. Actually, I wonder if you can search usernames on that platform still and just see profiles.
Well, he's looking that up. Unnecessarily Crypto asked, what do you think is going to happen with the stock market open? I'm feeling a little optimistic. I have absolutely no idea. I'm so unplugged from the stock market. I wonder maybe the eclipse is going to affect it. Is there a particular macroeconomic event that you're expecting will have an effect on it? Because the macroeconomic event in my life right now is that Crypto the Game is launching today. We're like not the same, me and whoever's watching the stock market. But, would be interested to know. Oh, Alex, you got an update for us?
So if you search my name on the platform, you can see obviously the URL with the name, but that's me right there. And of course I can't do anything with it because it just wants me to log in. So I'd have to make a new account and then see if I can I don't know. You know what? This has inspired me to take another stab at trying to recover this account.
Well, hey, you got the dev. Can the dev do something? But she's so over the Neopets. That's it.
All right, you know what? We are rebranding officially. This is no longer a crypto show. This is a Neopets show.
The Dude, Rise Up Neopets show.
Get on my level.
Alex, do you know the answer to this question? Which AI platform has access to online? If you're talking about full unbridled access,
Gemini. Use Gemini.
Is it Gemini?
Use Gemini. Yeah.
But what are the restrictions on? Yeah, I'm gonna put proof of in the chat. What are the restrictions on it though?
I don't know that I've fully explored all of its restrictions. What do you need? I guess
GPT can search the internet, but is it like I don't know. And I guess I would ask the commenter that. What do you mean by fully online?
Yeah,
that was a Grok claim.
What do you need to do? Yeah, because exactly, Gemini is not going to have the same indexing of Twitter that Grok will use. If you're trying to be online in the sense, that scraping Twitter for Twitter stuff, you got to use Grok for that.
And they're fully online, but they're not operational in the sense that I could ask it to plan a trip to Costa Rica, but I could not say, here's $1,000, go execute this for me the way I could if it had a smart contract or something. So in my mind, none of them are online. Gemini's
getting good. I might actually even subscribe to Gemini Advanced to try it out because
I've been thinking about it.
They are now connecting with so many Google tools that I think we're getting to the point where I'm going to be able to voice dictate to Gemini to, just handle all my shit that is connected to Google.
Yeah, just to receive so-called real answers. That makes sense. Machiste recommends Perplexity AI 2. I'm going to put proof of in the chat. Now, listen, here's the thing about proof of is it is a frame. It is a client on Warpcast, which is on Farcaster. So hang on. The link is coming right now.
Really quick,
the way to get there, is you've got to get on Warpcast, and we're running a competition right now. You can find a referral link at the link in my bio and the link in his bio, and I need more referrals, people. Actually, honestly, if I'm being honest, Alex probably needs more. I have kind of a head start on Warpcast. Like, truly, I have a little bit of a head start.
It's funny because I've been on Warpcast for months longer than Evan, but I didn't do shit with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't sign up until last month. And then I, like you, had a period where I was like, what am I doing here? Why did I do this? You know. So go to our profile, get on Warpcast. That's your homework for today. If you do nothing else in crypto today, get on Warpcast. Because this week we're going to be taking you through a couple of decentralized socials and talking about how the real economic revolution in crypto happening right now is tipping. And I want to have a deeper discussion about it because I actually think it's going to increase inequality, decrease access, and that kind of stuff. And I know that we're going to have to continue the conversation another day because Alex, my friend, has a hard stop in just a couple of minutes. So let me just remind you, that's your homework. Get on Farcaster, get on Warpcast. We're going to explore this together. If you don't like it, great. You'll have more information. You'll be a little more connected. We'll try another app later this week. We're going to cover Zora, which is like if Instagram and PoApp had a baby, where your Instagram posts could become NFTs that people could collect for free, which earns you cash, like Incredibility. Zora. We'll probably talk about Dracula. And who knows what else. So get on Warpcast, use our links, and let us know kind of what your last questions, good jokes, final thoughts, words of wisdom are.
We're also, at Mishiste's request, we're going to spend a lot more time talking about Neopets.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Mishiste and I are going to go get a beer while you do that. We're going to go get beer and hot dogs and just up our Logadog score. Another reason you got to be on Warpcast is because you can go to Logadog, log a dog, XYZ, and witness one of the best user experience crypto apps I've ever seen. Coded by our very own Mishiste to help you log hot dogs you eat with on-chain proof in a competition that is global this summer. The global leaderboard, I think, unless it's changed, is moi, with 2. Machiste can confirm. But I think Logadog XYZ is absolutely the kind of social proof app that all kinds of people will use for all kinds of purposes in the future. You can log in with a Google address. Like, you don't even need to know you have a wallet. It's so seamless. Here's a question. Is there any reason why somebody may buy... This is a great question maybe to end on, Alex. I'm going to kick it to you.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why somebody might buy MicroStrategies or any other Bitcoin ETF versus directly purchasing a token like BTC?
Yeah. Yeah, the short answer is yes. So if you want better exposure to Bitcoin as an asset inside of a specific account framework that you can only access through those banks, so like your Roth or like your 401k, the ETF is how you would do that. If you, for example, no, honestly, that's about it. It would be like for a retirement account or for a specific portfolio type account or a brokerage account, like on one of those banks. Otherwise, it is definitely better to spend, honestly, like I think that given some of the tools like us, that you can access, buying Bitcoin directly on one of the exchanges and withdrawing it to a Trezor or a Ledger wallet or something like that would be the best way to self-custody it. But if you wanted to remove kind of that hurdle, you may trust those huge financial institutions like those banks to stay upright more so than you would a crypto exchange. So that would be one option. But I think really the only real benefit is just that you cannot buy raw Bitcoin that you custody and then also include it in your, wherever else you would hold an ETF, like your Roth or like your 401k.
Good answer.
So, Indie Lady, that I don't know. I don't hold any of the ETF shares at all, but that I'm not sure. I think it would just depend on your bank.
Comments. Like ETFs, make no mistake, are going to have already onboarded a tremendous amount of people who would never otherwise purchase crypto assets, maybe in their lifetime, just because of the way the adoption curve is going. So I think they're a net good. They're going to teach people the benefits that come with crypto that they are not aware of, and eventually that they don't get with an ETF. Like somebody, you just know somebody is going to have the experience that they want to sell their Bitcoin ETF, but the bank is closed or whatever. And that's going to be a pain point for them. And then some crypto friendly person like me is going to say, hey, if you own it directly, you can sell it anytime. And they're going to be like, what? How easy? I love it. Great. Alex, I hear people sawing in the background. Are you building a literal wall for the eclipse?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know what he's sawing out there,
A
but
fortress?
something.
I don't know, man. I know you got to go. So let's do our last thought, good joke, word of wisdom for the day. My last thought is going to be go sign up for the Rise Up Morning Show newsletter at theriseupmorningshow.com. You can get there through the links in our bio. We tried to make it easy to go in one click. Go to the link in my bio, go to the link in his bio. You can find it very prominently displayed there. A little button, the Rise Up Morning Show. It's got all our links. You can find the Warpcast referral links there at our link in bio. At the Rise Up Morning Show, you can sign up for the newsletter. You can check out our YouTube page, Faceless Labs, find replays of all these episodes, and you can leave us a testimonial with your suggestions for like the crypto questions we should answer in a dedicated video. We're exploding this year. We are really trying to reach people wherever they are and make as much of it free as possible. But we've got some premium things in the works too, so that folks can buy a course live with us to do some of the things we walk you through here, but just with a higher touch. Let us know what those things are for you. We really want to tell you a better story. The eclipse is coming in, depending on where you are, like 3-4 hours, and I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm just gonna notice it gets a little shadier. I don't know.
Gotta at least check it out.
Yeah, you gotta at least check it out. I think I'll go out there with my.
Anyway, I do need to run. The last thing that I'm gonna leave you all with, in addition to a thanks for hanging out and spending time with us this morning, is that I don't know if this is going to go anywhere, so this is a little bit of alpha, I guess, but we'll see. I have a meeting with D-Reader in 30 minutes, which is a decentralized like comic publishing agency that works on Solana. So talking to them about breathing life back into the TFM ecosystem with the graphic novel comic series built on Solana using D-Reader. So pretty stoked about that.
Okay, cool. TFM updates. I love it. And that's all for now. My friends, until next time, thank you so much. Rise up.